What's up, y'all? It's your boy, VR Wizard 69. I'm back to review another terrible VR game. Today, we're looking at hot dogs, horseshoes, and hand grenades, which most folks call H3VR. H3VR has been in early access since 2016. It's being developed by Rust Ltd, which has never released another game. H3VR is claimed to be a VR sandbox with a focus on realistic guns, but after countless hours of research, I've learned that the majority of the guns in this game do not work. But why do so many people play what is obviously an unfinished and broken piece of shovelware? Let's talk about mods. H3VR is kept alive by a legion of dedicated modders who pick up the slack from the lazy developers. Without at least 30 gigs of mods, the game is entirely broken and unplayable. To demonstrate this, we're going to be playing with a fresh, vanilla installation of H3VR. Here you can see I have a hot dog, a horseshoe, and a hand grenade. All good so far. So what I have here are some popular rifles from various media, video games, movies, what have you. You've got the Scar from Call of Duty, the M4 from just about every video game ever, the Famous from Counter-Strike, this plastic thing that I see all over the place, and the AK from Lively. You would think these are all popular, well-known firearms. You would think they would work in this game, but you pop the magazine in, pull back the thingy, and nothing. They just don't. And it's a shame because these models are very cool. See, you can actually fold the stock back on this one and extend it. I mean, that is so neat. I think you can flip the sight down. Yeah, you can. They've got all these little bells and whistles, but they just don't... Nothing. They just don't fire. And if you think maybe, oh, he's not loading it right, I looked it up. You just go like that, hit the thingy, and then it's supposed to shoot, but it doesn't. Well, it's not every rifle in the game. Some of them do work. These are just some examples of ones that don't work, but you would think that they would. And look, even you can see the bullets come out when I pull the I think the bolt back, but it just doesn't fire. This one's even got a bipod. I mean, that's so cool. See, it's loaded, but it's just it won't shoot. And the AK is actually this one's a little worse. I can pop the magazine in. See, there's bullets in there. But when I pull the thing back, the other ones, like I think I can just grab this and show you. See, the bullets come out of the little thing in the back there, but the AK doesn't even do that. So I don't know. I guess the devs just I don't know. There's really no good explanation for this. It's not just the rifles that have this problem. It's every class of gun in the game. Just by way of example, I grabbed a random sniper rifle, and you can see, put the magazine in, pull the bolt back, and oh, almost forgot the safety. Nothing. Here, you can hear it click if you listen carefully. It just doesn't fire. Here we have an Uzi from Scarface. Load that up, pull the bolt back. This one's got this cool little, you can see it move in there. It's also got this thing. Anyway, nothing. Just doesn't work. The machine guns are hit or miss. I've tried a few of them. Some work, some don't. This one, the saw, I think, is particularly strange. This is the magazine it spawns with, this green one. You plug it into the side. Nothing. Doesn't work, right? But if you take this out and grab another gun and take its magazine and pop it in the side there, suddenly it works. Most of the shotguns do function. And you can tell that a lot of work has gone into making them feel good and look good. They have a lot of functionality. They take multiple types of bullets. Most importantly, they shoot. Very cool. Here we have the shotgun from Jurassic Park. I think it's in Half-Life 2. Half-Life 2 2. Half-Life 2 as well. Half-Life 2 as well. Anyway, it behaves like you'd expect. You load the bullets in. You pump it. It shoots. It's a shotgun, right? But in real life, this gun has a second mode. You can also shoot it in full auto. And that doesn't quite work right. And I'll show you in a second. So I'm going to load all of them this time. So unlike the normal operation, you can't pull that part back. You have to pull this part here. So we're going to shoot and see 1, 2, 3. Oh, what's that? It seems to have jammed. But it still has bullets in it. Oh, jammed again. And I don't know why. I guess it's complicated to implement. My best guess is this is some kind of strange glitch. I hope it's not the devs trying to do some kind of reference to when this gun jams in Jurassic Park. But I don't know. Speaking of movies, there are a ton of guns in this game that are stolen directly from other media. I guess the devs just have a hard time coming up with original ideas. So you've got the guns from Ghost in the Shell, Tomb Raider, Equilibrium, Cowboy Bebop, RoboCop. Come on. And Blade Runner. Of course, this doesn't work. A lot of the guns in the game have multiple different versions, but they're all the same. You know, they're just different colors. They all work exactly the same. Well, except this one. This one's got a little, you know, the back looks different. Which is a cool, you know, it's a cool detail in a game like this. Have a bunch of different colors. You know, it's kind of reminds me of Call of Duty, where you can put different skins on your guns. But what's strange is that I found this one, which I think is the coolest of all. I mean, look at this thing. Look at the red, white, and blue, the funky looking trigger. I mean, this looks so cool, but you just can't put the magazines in it. And I mean, it doesn't matter because none of these actually shoot. You know, none of them work, but it's just a little disheartening. And you'd think like, oh, they're doing reskins, like why wouldn't they behave the same way? But it just doesn't work. We have a similar problem with these AKs. Most of them are just, you know, reskinned versions of the same gun. Maybe you want one without the stock on it, that's fine. Maybe you want this long one, the little bipod thing on the end there. Then for no real reason, this one just doesn't take any of the magazines. It just won't fit. I think I've made my point. So to close this video out, I'm going to be showing off a few more guns that, let's say chat got very excited about while I was doing my research for this video. Full disclosure, most of these don't work, but I'm going to show them anyway. This is the IPSC 2011. It looks very cool. Unfortunately, this is one of the guns that does not load. You can cock the hammer. And my favorite feature, the YOLO sight. This funky looking thing is the G11. It's got a built-in scope, and it comes with this cool little dial here for you to zoom the scope in. It doesn't work, unfortunately, but it's still cool, I guess. It's got this switch on here. I don't really know what this does. I think that's also for the scope. And Yeah, what I really like about this thing is you load it by looking into the front and lining the magazine up like that. Unfortunately, it doesn't work. See, but it's still very cool. This thing I found, I think the devs didn't actually finish. It's called the M17. Can you guess what's wrong with it? That's right, no charging handle. It's got a working safety, it's got a trigger, but there is nowhere to get this thing ready to shoot. This thing, well, I'll just show you. Thank God that doesn't fire, right? Can you imagine? Speaking of toys, we also have this old-timey Nerf gun thing. It spawns with this magazine, which is a little silly because there's nowhere to put it, but we're used to that kind of thing by now. What you can actually do is just pop the little plastic Nerf darts out of the magazine and put them right in here. Very cool, right? You can cock the hammer, but it does not shoot. I mean, of course it doesn't, right? But I don't know, it's still, I find this thing charming. This is the MP5. It's in a ton of games, movies, you've seen it before, and okay, that's hilarious. Can you see all of me? Walk into my mystery, step inside and hold for dear life. Do you remember me? Capture you and set you free. I am all of me. I am.